Back when we first started to treat patients, there were probably an estimated 25 million Americans that suffered from neuropathy. Of patients, maybe in the tens of thousands at this point. At the very, very least, thousands of patients have been through our doors. And when it was our grandmother or our grandparents' time, if they had symptoms of numbness or tingling or balance issues in their extremities, or they had sharp electric shock pains, they were always associated with the disease of diabetes. And we've come to know, just like in science, you know better, you do better. So at this point, there is probably an estimated 55 million Americans who suffer from peripheral neuropathy. 70% of those who have diabetes will develop a form of peripheral neuropathy. And just to explain what peripheral neuropathy is, it's numbness, tingling, loss of sensation, loss of balance, stabbing, electric sharp pain, pins and needles in usually their lower extremities, their feet, their toes, their ankles, or their fingers and their wrists. So the periphery, as defined, would be the outside, the outer edges, and that's why it's called peripheral neuropathy. The word neuropathy, is a broad term for a problem or an issue with the nerves. So, but what we've now come to realize is that because there's now well over 50 million Americans that suffer from it, there's also a ton more reasons why they get it. So yes, diabetics still make up a percentage of our patient base. And even if they have the diabetes under control, like most would try to, sometimes the progressive nature or the worsening nature of their neuropathy just doesn't stop, even if they control their diabetes. But we also see a large number of patients that have peripheral neuropathy because of chemotherapy, if they were treated for cancer. And many are told that it would go away when their chemotherapy treatment stopped, and it didn't. And it's not that they were lied to or that they weren't given accurate information, but at a certain point of damage, even if you know why you got your peripheral neuropathy, it's going to continue even if you suspend or you fix the reason why it may have come in the first place. But we also now recently have learned that patients that were in Vietnam and exposed to Agent Orange, which is a chemical toxin, there are certain statin drugs that people take for cholesterol that cause neuropathy. Alcoholism can cause neuropathy. Excess smoking can cause neuropathy. And an overriding number of patients don't fit into any of those boxes. But we also know that at this point, of the 50-ish million Americans, 30% of those suffer from neuropathy because of what is called idiopathic or unknown reasons. So they weren't diabetic, they didn't have chemotherapy, they don't drink or smoke, they didn't or don't take statin drugs for cholesterol, they lead a very healthy lifestyle, but yet they still suffer from this progressively worsening. And truth be told, it is not life-shortening. Peripheral neuropathy, though, is life-ruining. And it really, really does rob you of your quality of life, from your ability to walk with confidence, to drive a car with the resistance of the gas and the brake under your foot, allowing you to do that confidently. And a lot of people lose sleep. They are at risk of falling, at risk of fracturing. So oftentimes, neuropathy is a irritation of those nerves inherently. The nerves are not able to grow, repair, and regenerate because of the condition. If on top of that you add stressors, whether it be emotional stress or physical stress throughout the day, it's going to irritate these nerves even more. And the way that nerves speak to the body when they're irritated is they just start firing. And they fire things like pins and needles, sharp stabbing, electric shock type pains. Some people have the opposite, where they can't feel anything and they can hardly walk without falling. But another phenomena occurs as well. When we are sleeping or attempting to go to sleep, we are not only dealing with the rigors of what irritated us during the day, but now we have nothing but ourselves, our devices, and our thoughts. So the external stimuli is largely gone. So you're dealing with the irritation and the culmination of that at night. Some patients are irritated by the blanket itself on their feet, or their feet or hands on their pillow or on their sheets or their mattresses, and they don't have really any stimulus to preoccupy, like conversation with someone else or deadlines at work. And all they have is dark, their feet, their hands, and their thoughts. And so many people almost exclusively report the inability to either fall asleep or stay asleep. And any time that you are suffering from lack of quantity or lack of quality of sleep, there isn't any organ or system in your body that could work up to its full potential. So these people, in addition to their neuropathy being worse, they fall more often, they get sick more often, they break down more often, they are more stressed, they yell at their dog or cat, they kick the purse across the room. Their fuses are shorter because nothing is working as well as it should. Every single function of our body, neuropathy, brain function, immune function, muscular function, it is all determined and predicated on quality and quantity of sleep. So if you are getting a reduced quantity or reduced quality, everything is going to suffer. When our patients start to improve, so too does their quality of sleep or their quantity of sleep. So every aspect, it's not magic. If you get better sleep, if you get lengthier sleep, more restorative sleep, your immune system is better, your muscular system is better, your nervous system is better. For my purposes, it's the nerves. But you lead a better quality of life because your entire system works at a higher level.